We were battering teams so badly, we decided to help them out. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson Aberdeen Challenge here on Super Sammy Plays. And as funny as that goal was, this is where things start to get serious. We've got Benfica in the Champions League knockout rounds, a huge test for this Aberdeen side, but a chance to really show what they're made of. Were these players genuinely unwanted by their previous clubs, or did they make a huge mistake in letting them go? Let's find out. And we're going to be jumping straight into that first leg against Benfica. This one is at Pittodrie. And we went looking for an early goal in the 28th minute. Sato hitting, well, thought he hit the, did it hit the post? I'm pretty sure it said it hit the post. It was pretty close. But we do actually go 1-0 up in the 31st minute. That superstar youngster, Martin Wernblad, scoring again and giving us a lead. It was a great interception from Diaby, well read and anticipated. Leonardo knocks it down for his strike partner and he puts it away to give us an early lead. But the next chance was for Luca Bacchio and Benfica, and they go very close in scoring, but thankfully for us it's only a corner, and that is how the first half finishes. For another chance for Benfica, thankfully saved by Vitek, and it was certainly them that were applying all the pressure. As Pavlidis goes straight through, over the one ball over the top, goes through, scores, but thankfully for us, it was a very poorly timed run and he was absolutely miles offside. So we got away with one there, and that is how the game finished. And to be quite honest, there was very few chances in this one. But Wernblad is making positive developments. We're pretty much seeing this every month at the moment, and his constant array of upwards arrows is great to see. And he's also now up to 11 goals and 4 assists for the season. I think the last time we looked, he was on about 5. So he has certainly been in the business for us. And hopefully he can do the business for us here as we play Hibs in the league. And we take an early lead with this one, but it's his strike partner, Marcos Leonardo, doing the... I absolutely love these views, by the way, from the replays, the over-the-head shots. But brilliant from Leonardo. Just drops the shoulder and goes past his man and shoots across goal into the far corner to give us an early lead. Before Hibs go very close with what is a wonderful chance. He drifted straight through the defenders there, but blazes it over the bar, letting us off before we go and score a second in the 26th. Jimenez pulls it across and Leonardo gets his second goal of the game. We then add another in the 74th minute. Quite a wait for this one after 2 early goals. Leon Bailey down the right, gets it back on his left foot, cuts inside, pulls it across to Morgan Gibbs-White, and he fires into the back of the net to give us a 3-goal victory. So Leonardo getting the praise from that one, which is great to see. And you'll see that we've also guaranteed a Conference League spot. Not that that's what we're looking for, but it just shows how far ahead we are of everyone else in the league. Doing that so early on, I'm pretty sure we've still got another 8 or 9 games left or something. So, yeah, Leonardo certainly has stepped up since we had that conversation with him, and he's also on 11 goals now, which is still not quite as much as I'd want, but he has only started 15 games in the league, so 11 and 15 and 5 subs is not too bad. But on to the second leg of the Benfica. Away this time, and yeah, this was a big one, but I was feeling pretty confident going into this after getting the victory at home. And you wouldn't believe we took such an early lead. Inside 11 minutes, corner comes back out to Diaby. Tries again, comes back out to Diaby for the second time. And I'm not sure how, but the ball somehow ends up at our feet and he blasts into the near post to give us another early not victory, getting carried away there, an early lead as we go 2-0 up on aggregate now. But an early injury for Sato, which turned out to be quite a bad one, was certainly not what we were looking for. And I probably made a mistake in this one where I didn't rest enough players on the weekend. So the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White are actually on the bench without full conditioning. And just like in the first game, Pavlidis gets through, scoring. But thankfully, again, he was offside. This man seriously needs to work on his movement, but much closer this time, but thankfully for us, still offside. We go close again in the 59th minute before an absolute moment of madness. shove by Litherland, giving Benfica a penalty and a vital chance for them to get back into it, which Pavlidis, you just know, he's not going to make another mistake. 63 minutes in, 1-1 on the day, 2-1 on aggregate, and a great chance for Benfica now. And it's made even easier after Diaby. I mean, what he's doing there, he's absolutely beyond me. 2-footed, straight through the back of him, straight red card, leaving us to play the last 10 minutes with 10 men. And we got bitten in the butt from this one. Diaby cost us big time, allowing them to score. They then scored again, which would have won them the game, but Pavlidis, for the third time in this tie, he's caught offside as he scores a goal. And yeah, not particularly close either. So on to extra time we go. And it's going to be Benfica carrying on their onslaught of attack. As in the 94th minute, very close effort there, shooting over. And then again, just a few minutes later, another effort. Great save from Vitek this time to keep them out. Before we eventually do concede in the 104th minute. And it's that man, Pavlidis, who's had the ball in the back of the net about 8 times over the 2 legs now. But unfortunately, that is how we finish, and we are out of the Champions League. So I was pretty miffed at this point. Diaby really cost us in that game. And yeah, he got given a 2-week fine because he really screwed up there. And like I mentioned with Sato, he has got a fractured ankle, so it was quite a bad one. So losing him and then losing Diaby, it just felt like that everything that could go wrong did go wrong as we exit the Champions League. But the season isn't completely over. We obviously are on for our first league title win. And yeah, this made me laugh, by the way. Bailey complaining about being substituted after I subbed him on when he came on and dropped to 5.8. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, we are still on for the league, which will be the first title that we will have won on this save. So, and we're also still in the Scottish Cup, which we will be playing again later in this episode. So, still plenty to play for. But back to the league. We are away at Falkirk in this one. And we take a nice early lead in the 35th minute as Moussa Diaby is desperate to obviously try and make up for his mistake in the last game as he scores the first and then goes close with a second in the 39th. Had to wait quite a while for the next goal as again 79 minutes for this one. Martin Wernblad with what is an absolute wonder strike from him. And yeah, I certainly had to watch this one again as it gets cleared to him on the edge of the box, brings it down on his chest, and on the half volley, rifles it into the top corner to give us a 2-goal lead. And that is how the game finished. And that was certainly a goal worthy of winning a match, even though technically it didn't. But we'll ignore that. Next up, though, St Mirren. Again, Diaby still trying to make up another early goal as he puts us 1-0 up in this one. And yeah, you'll see a recurring theme with Diaby as Martin Wernblad scores again to make it 2 in the 28th minute before we allow St Mirren back into it in the 34th. Mahoney pulls it back to Lewis Green and he brings the scoreline back to 2-1 and they were back within a goal of us before Leonardo finds a wonder pass over the top. Well, it actually weren't a wonder pass, was it? It was just absolutely stinking from the goalkeeper. And Martin Wernblad will never score an easier goal in his life. But it restores our 2-goal lead and makes it 3-1 before we add a fourth. In the 88th minute, Litherland pulling it back to Diaby. He finds Martin Wernblad and the youngster gets his first hat-trick for the club. We do concede again in the 92nd minute as St Mirren pull another back, but that is how the game finished with us winning 4-2 and another very comfortable win. So we have now won 18 games straight in the league, which is very good going, and our youngster Martin Wernblad has picked up the Player of the Month award, which is great to see for the youngster. He's really, really picking up now. Next up, we had the Scottish Cup tie against Inverness and Caledonian Thistle, and Renato Sanchez gets us off to a flyer in this one before we quickly add another. Martin Wernblad, that man on form again, making it 2 before we add a third just before half-time, and Martin Wernblad gets his second of the game. Diaby Adds an absolute brilliant free kick to make it 4-0 in the 76th. Didn't know he had it in his locker. Never seen it in real life, but we add a fifth after I'm not sure what the goalkeeper's doing there. And just like Vernblad scoring his easiest goal of his life in the last game, Keskinen does the same in this one, as Renato Sanchez makes it 6 in the 90th minute as he gets his second of the game, and we get an easy qualification through to the next round. Back to the league though, and next up is Livingston at home this time for Petodry, and Diaby getting us off to a flyer again. It's literally him at the start of every game. Pulls it back to Jimenez, and his effort, I think it's an effort, was deflected to Bailey at the far post. But Diaby adds a second in the 14th minute. We then get a penalty as Morgan Gibbs-White's corner is sent in and Renato Sanchez is pushed over. And Leonardo, I mentioned in the last game how he hadn't let us down from the spot. Well, the football manager gods heard me, didn't they? And that one is unfortunately saved as we blow an opportunity. But Diaby scores again, making it 3. And then we had another in the 34th as Leonardo does get a goal to make it 4-0. And then this from Shishkarev. I mean, I have no idea what he is doing. I find it hilarious how he just walks with his head down after it. But yeah, that is how the game finished. 4-1. We really must have felt bad for them. And that win does guarantee us Champions League football for next season, which means the board have set the budgets for next season. And we've been given a massive 4.8 million. So it's really great to see that these all this hard work that we're doing is really being rewarded with money. Absolutely laughable. And now we play second in the league in Celtic. And yeah, our biggest test is these in domestically anyway. And they go close early on as Claude Maurice has an effort saved before they do look to have scored with a wonderful chip from Hamza Abdelkarim. But very tight offside call, but offside nonetheless, and the goal is ruled out. After having all those chances, it is us that take the lead. Morgan Gibbs-White in the 54th minute, giving us a 1-goal lead. Before he creates the second for us, getting down the right, pulling it into the middle, and Marcos Leonardo taps in to make it 2-0. So with that victory over Celtic, you can see after 31 played now, going into the final 7 games, we are now 21 points in front of Celtic. And yeah, I don't think it'll be many games now till we actually wrap up this league with quite a handful of games left. So Shishkarev must be feeling pretty bad about that own goal as he's putting in some top performances in training. And yeah, he's starting to look okay. He just needs the real boost in technicals. And Morgan Gibbs-White is the man getting all the praise for that match against Celtic. So, as much as it feels like it, the season isn't over just yet. A moment of madness from Diaby probably cost us against Benfica, but we are still on for the league, which will be the first one in this save. We're also through to the Scottish Cup semi-final, so there's still a chance to do the double and really end the season on a massive high. But that's going to do it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed the video, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.